Hey guys, good morning. Today we're going to do similar figures. It's similar to scale drawings and to all the proportions we're doing, okay? So I know you can't see the bottom, but go ahead and press pause and copy what you can. Make sure you leave yourself enough space here. And then you can press pause again and get the bottom. Okay? And press play when you're ready. All right, let's see. Similar figures. Similar figures, I mean, what does similar mean? Kind of the same. That's what similar figures are. Is they're the same shape, but they are different sizes. But there are some characteristics that make these figures similar when we get to use the word similar, okay? And that is these two characteristics right here. The angles have to be congruent or equal, so all the angles have to be the same. So if this one's 30, that one's 30, okay? Corresponding sides are proportional. So corresponding means if I were to take this and enlarge it, which sides match up? A to B matches X to Y and so forth, okay? So they have to be proportional, which means if I set up our ratios that we've been doing and cross multiply, they should come out to be equal. The cross product should be equal, okay? So we're gonna start out on that first. So let me show you. Corresponding angles are equal. So if I say that this one is 60 degrees, okay, over here is the corresponding angle over here. That means if I make this bigger and put it on top of here, it'll land on top of X. So that means this one is 60 degrees, okay? If I get this one and put it on top, it's gonna match up with this guy right here. And let's say this one is, I don't know, 40 degrees. Okay, so that means this one is also 40 degrees. And the reason that's true, even though they're different, the lengths are different, is if you take your hand here, here's your 90-degree angle. Okay, I can make my thumb as long as I want to, I'll still have 90-degree angle. I can make this longer, it's still 90. I can shorten them, it's still 90. The angle doesn't change, it's just the length of the sides that's changing, okay? And then this one, I'll put 3 lines to show that it belongs with point Z here, angle Z. So this will have to be 80 degrees, just like that. So angles have to be congruent or equal, okay? And then the corresponding sides have to be proportional, okay? So corresponding sides, that means AB corresponds to XY, okay? And then AC corresponds to XZ, okay? And the last one I have, I'll use green. BC corresponds with YZ. And the way you say it really does make a difference. If I say A to B, I have to say X to Y. If I say B to A, then I must say Y to X, because you're telling me which order we're going in, okay? And I said B first, I have to say Y first because those are the angles that are equal to each other. So I have to start with that. So the way you say it depends, makes a big, big difference. Okay, guys? So corresponding sides have to be proportional. The angles have to be equal. And let me show you the symbol, okay? Let me show you the symbol. Let me choose blue. So if I want to tell you that these two do come out to be proportional, or they are similar, okay, then I would say triangle. That's the symbol for triangle. It's a triangle. ABC is similar, that is the symbol for similar, to triangle. Now, since I said A, X has to go first. B was next, Y is next. C is last, Z is last. So the order you put them in really does matter, okay? And the order the tests give it to you will help you out a lot. Just watch, okay? So corresponding sides could be like, let's say this is 4. Well, if I enlarged it, let's say we enlarged it by a scale of 2, so 4 times 2 is 8, okay? Let's say this one is 6. Let's do a scale of 2. 6 times 2 is 12. And this is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. So if I were to set up a proportion with this, they will come out to be similar, okay? So how do we check it? Easy. I'm going to show you down here. How can I check if they are similar? We're going to use the cross products, the butterfly method, okay? So I have a 10-4 and a 5-2, okay? We're going to set them up like this, okay? The big guy, I'm just going to put big, is going to have his ratio, and the little guy is going to have his ratio, okay? Now, the corresponding sides, they do have to belong together. So we got to be very careful where we put these, okay? So let's take a look. I'm going to pick whichever number you want to put on top, you pick it. Let's put the 4, because it's right here. So I'm going to put the 4 on top. Now, because I put the 4 on top on the big guy, I have to figure out, does the 5 or the 2 correspond with the 4? So in other words, if I were to make this smaller, the 4, which is the shorter side, has to be with the shorter side over here. And who's shorter, 5 or 2? Good. So the 2 belongs right there. So they correspond, the 2 shorter sides, I have them on top, which means the 2 bigger sides, the 10 and the 5, belong on the bottom, just for this scenario here, okay? Now, remember, that's why I label it big and little. I want to make sure I remember that the big figure, his number, belongs here, and the little figure, his number, belongs here, okay? Now, to check and see if they are similar, we're going to cross multiply and check their products. So 10 times 2 is 20. And then we go the other way. 4 times 5 is 20. So that means that they are, all their angles are 90, so we're good there. And we have equal cross products, so we can say, yes, these are similar. Okay, that's how you do that one. We'll do the same thing with the next one. If they ask you, are these similar figures? Well, let's find out, okay? Now here I have 3 numbers. You can pick any 2 numbers you want, okay? Obviously, I already know y'all don't want the decimal, okay? That's fine. So I'm just gonna highlight the 2 and then use different color highlighter or colored pencil and highlight the 4. That's gonna help us, okay? Now, to get started, I'm gonna say, well, this is the little guy, that way I don't get confused. I'm gonna put the big guy's numbers over here. So here's the little guy's ratio, there's the big guy's ratio. Now, let's think. It doesn't matter which number you put on top. It really doesn't. You're gonna get the same result, I promise, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and put the 2 on the top here. So here's my 2. Now, if I compare the number, the 2 is the smallest of the 3. So the smallest of the 3 here would be, oh, why did I do that? Okay. I'll flip-flop the numbers, hold on. How did that happen? Okay, sorry about that. So I see here 2 is the smallest of all 3 of the numbers. Here 6 is the smallest of all 3 of the numbers. So it's going to go right there. Okay, so 2 and 6 belong together. And since we picked 4, 4 is your hypotenuse. It's the line opposite of the right angle. So that means 10 is the hypotenuse there. So I'm going to make sure 4 goes here, 10 goes here. And now let's check to see if they are proportional. We have 4 times 6. 4 times 6 is 24. And then go in the opposite direction. We have 2 times 10 is 20. They are different, okay? My products are different. They are definitely not equal. So this means that they are not similar. Okay, sorry about that mistake. All right, but they are not similar. All right, so that's how you can tell if two figures are similar figures or not. It's just set up or two ratios, set up a proportion, cross multiply, and see if they are equal. Okay, now if they tell you that the figures are similar, then that means they're like this, which means when you cross multiply and divide, and when you cross multiply, the products are the same. So here I'm telling you these two are similar. If I take a number away, if I take that 10 away, to figure it out, you'll be doing what we've been doing all 9 weeks already. You're going to cross multiply the numbers you can, divide by the number you can't. Okay? So just right here, set a proportion using corresponding sides, cross multiply, divide. And here I tell you, triangle ABC is similar to DEF. So that tells you right there, A belongs with D, B belongs with E, and C belongs with F. Now, why is that important? Because sometimes on the test, they're going to flip the shapes on you, or the figures. They're going to rotate the figures and mirror the figures. So this is your key right here, okay? So we are looking for X. I always highlight that one because I need that one. I need to solve for that one. So the other two, pick whichever one you want, okay? And most students that I know, they go for the smaller number, okay? You just need 2 numbers per picture, okay? So just like we did before, this is the little guy. So just for my own help here, little, big, and if you have it down packed, then you're good. I just have this here so I don't make any mistakes, okay? So the little guy, X and 12, it doesn't matter who you put on top or who you put on bottom. I'm just going to put one on top and one on bottom. So I'm going to put the X on top because that's what I'm looking for. And we chose 12, or I chose 12, so I put 12 there. Okay. Now, here's where your thinking cap really has to come on. I need to find the corresponding side to X. Now, if this was rotated, okay, so yellow on top, green on bottom. If this was rotated, here's how we use the key. X is from A to B. Look at A to B. It's the first and the second letter. So we look over here, the first letter is D, second letter is E. D to E. Here is D to E. That's how you can use it as a key if they rotate it or flip it, okay? So now I know these two are corresponding, so he goes over here in the big guy. And the green one, we're going from B to C. B to C is the last two. E to F are the last two. So that's how you can definitely use the key to help you solve the problems, okay? So now we're going to go ahead and cross multiply the numbers that we can. So 30 times 12, let me do my math over here. 360. And then you go the other direction. Oh, that's going to be a good number. 36x, okay? And then just like before, we divide by 36. And you'll get an answer of, stay off the 0. 36 into 36 is 1. 36 into 0 is 10. So the missing length here should be 10 if we follow the pattern, okay? And you can kind of tell if you did the shortcut. I know I'm going from here to the X, so 36 divided by 3 gives me 12. 30 divided by 3 gives me 10. So 10 is equal to X, okay? We good? I have another example for you, okay? It is going to go onto the back of our try it out, which is fine. You know, we have plenty of space in the back to work. So let's look at this one. So you can go ahead and press pause and copy it before I get the example done with it for you. Okay, so we're looking for the missing side. I always like to highlight the missing side first so I don't forget about him, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and label my ratios. And here it's a parallelogram. ABCD is similar to parallelogram FGHI. So this is the big guy. This is the small guy. Big, small, big, little, whatever you want to write. I just put it for my own organization skills, okay? So let's take a look. X, I want to put X here. And if you take a look, luckily I only have one other number, so I don't have to like think too much. So I'm just going to pick 40. And I'm going to put him here. Okay, so I got my numbers for the big guy. Now I got to put on my thinking cap for the small guy. Okay, so let's take a look. All right. Now, if you can't see it right away, look at the numbers up here. Okay, so I'm going from D to A. D to A is the first and the last. I to F is the first and the last. So I to F. There's my 10. Okay. Now let's do the green. We have D to C. So D to C are the last two. The last two are I and J. I and H. And that is 25. Okay. So we have X over 40 and 10 over 25. See how they belong together? Now we're going to go ahead and cross multiply and divide to find the answer. So I can multiply 40 and 10. That gives me 400. And then we go the other direction. I have X and 25. So that is 25X. So I'm going to divide 400 by 25. Let's see what we get here. So cancel, cancel. 25 into 40 is 1, 25, 50, 75, 100. It's 4. 16, I believe. But I'm going to double check my math because I don't know why my brain's not working today. I don't know. I'm just having a lot of little brain spasms or something. I don't know. That's 5, 15 into 150, 25, 50, 75, 100, 25, 6. Yeah, it was 16. I should have trusted myself, but I don't today. So my answer is 16, okay? So the missing side length should be 16 if we follow the proportional rules, okay? All right. That is your tried out, but I do want to try some more examples with you just to make sure you totally understand it, okay? There it is. This one I want to do, okay? When you have a shape inside another shape. Now, do you see the two shapes? Here is one small triangle, and there's the big triangle, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and highlight the side that I need to find, which is Y. That's what I need to find, okay? And if you look, his other number is over here. So there's the big guy. I don't know if you can see him clearly. Okay, if you need to, let's draw. Let's draw him out, okay? You can definitely draw him out. So here's the big guy here. It looks like he has Y. And then he has, well, this whole part down here is this whole part. So what is the whole part together? You have to add them. That'll give you 12 yards. Okay, that's the big guy. And then let's look at the little guys right here. So I'm going to make him here. There we go. And he is 12 yards here. And this is just this part. That's 9. There we go. Okay, that's a little bit better. All right. Now here's my Y that I'm going for. And it looks like my other number is the 12 here. Okay, so Y and 12. And that helps me out over here because look, that 12 belongs with the 9. Okay, that's why they're at the same bottom. And then the Y belongs with that 12 right there. Okay, so let's set up our proportion here. Is it ready? Time to go? All right, so let's set it up. I have Y here for the big guy over 12. And then who corresponds with Y? I have it here. He is 12. And 12 belongs with a 9 right there. Okay. Now we're going to cross multiply. 12 times 12 is 144. And then we go the other direction. That's 9y. We're going to divide both sides by 9. Let's see what we get when we divide. 144 divided by 9. Let me do it over here. 9 goes into 14 one time. That's 54. That's 6. Perfect. It goes in evenly. So this is 16. So y should be 16. Okay. So if it's inside each other, draw them out. Draw them out. Trace them, and you should be able to get that. Okay. All right. Let's go back to our tried outs. Try those out. See if you can get them. And then press play, and we'll see if you got them. Let's check to see if these are similar right here. So we are going to go ahead and remember, we're just choosing. I'm going to choose 4 and 15. So small side over big side. And this is my little guy. If you need to write that, keep on writing it. That's fine. If not, then you're good to go. Okay, so I'm going to put yellow on top just because. And green on bottom just because. Okay, let me check. 4, 15. Now, 4 is smaller. So the smaller of the two over here is 14. So he goes here. And then 15 is the bigger, 25. Oops. 25 is the bigger, so he goes right here. Now, let's see how you did on your multiplying. 25 times 4. 100. And I'm going to go the other way. 15 times 14. Let's see. 210. They are not equal, so they are not similar. Okay? How'd you do on that one? All right. Let's check this one. Now we're finding the missing side. I'm going to highlight the missing side so I don't forget it. And lucky me, they only have one other number here right there. Perfect. So this is my big. This is my small. Okay, let's plug in our numbers. So I did yellow and pink. Okay, so my yellow is X, my pink is 18. Now, I'm gonna do the 18. I can't really tell, but I can tell just by the picture. This is the shorter side, so it looks like they switched it. So the 11 actually belongs with it. It's the shorter, the two sides. So the 11 goes here. And that means the longer side, the length, is the 36 and belongs here. Okay. So let's see how y'all did. 11 times 18 is 198. And then we go the other way. 36 times x is 36x. Divide. Divide both sides by 36. And cancel. 198 by 36. Oh. Okay, 36 into 188, that should be 5. Oops. So 5 times 6. 5 times 6 is 30. 180. Awesome. Go one more time. 36 into 180. Oh, I use ladder. 5. So x is equal to 5.5. Okay. How'd y'all do? If you need help, definitely come into Google Meets. Ask me for help, please. Come in with your questions. All right. And we should be good to go. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.